Jeff Fisher is head coach of the St. Louis Rams, but he has his team here in Southern California practicing against the Cowboys in Oxnard for a couple of days, and he joins us now on the Rich Eisen Show. Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm doing well, guys. How you doing, ED?
I'm doing well, Fish.
Good.
Good to talk to you, Coach.
I forgot. You guys go back to
49ers. He was my coordinator.
What was he like as a coordinator?
No, as a DB coach. And,
That's right. DB coach.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we had ED, Merton, Hank,
that's
Todd
right.
Bowles. We had quite a group in that room.
Yeah.
Tim McDonald. Yeah, it was a good group.
Well, no, he was. No, how was he as a coach? He was intense. He taught us. He worked us. He made us better. I mean, and that's why I always light up when you say Fish is coming on.
Maybe I
should
turn it around. Jeff, how was ED in the room?
ED was probably one of the best technicians that I ever had a chance to coach. Technique sound. Showed up every day, made every play he was supposed to. How you like that, ED?
You know what? I like that. Thanks for lying. Checks in the mail. I appreciate it.
That's good.
Jeff, that practice yesterday, it was intense. I know that you, not in any way to discount the Raiders game, you wanted to see how your team stacked up, though, these 2 days.
Well, yeah,
against
you know
the
what
Cowboys.
It is. It's like an opportunity to buy yourself a fifth preseason game. And so, we kind of managed the Raider game last Friday night knowing that we were going to have 2 really good days against the Cowboys. And so day one was extraordinary, really pleased with how it went. Anytime you get to bring a young team in and practice against a team that wins 12 games the year before, it's an opportunity to get better.
Was it as spirited, parentheses, chippy, as you thought it would be?
Oh, no, I was fine. I mean, we had 1 or 2 push and shoves, and that was, that you have that every day on your own practice field. So, no, it was good. Coach Garrett and I talked. We talked to our teams separately, then we talked to both teams together, and it's about getting better. Working together and getting better, and respecting each other and protecting each other.
Let me throw this out there, though.
Yeah,
because Dez was chirping a bit at the end.
Well, Dez is Dez.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean Dez is really, really talented and very, very productive, and probably frustrated that he couldn't go out there and compete. We were kind of hoping that Dez would be available because that'll give Janoris Jenkins and Tremaine Johnson a chance to compete and get better. But yeah, I was on the other field. I didn't hear it, and so we'll see what happens today.
It'll be interesting if he's out there.
Yeah, Jeff, how I know how you've settled in on Nick Foles as your quarterback right now, but I know how much you liked Sam Bradford. What was the final straw that made you come to the decision to move on and go to Nick Foles?
Well, we were prepared early in the off season and looking forward to Sam. He was working really well through his rehab, and then, we got contacted by a couple teams, and we started talking to Philly, and they expressed a great deal of interest in Sam, and we just felt like this was a deal that we couldn't pass up. I have great respect for Sam. I'm pulling for Sam, but for us to get a younger quarterback whose body of work speaks for itself over the last 3 years, and move forward, it was a great deal. And so, like I said, pulling for Sam there. I hope he has a great year. But we've moved on, and Nick has really taken charge of this offense.
Jeff, not to look back, but do you think it bugs Nick that some people say, 27 touchdowns, 2 picks? That's just scheme. That's just Chip's offense. You think Nick wants to shut those people up?
Well, I'll tell you about Nick. Nick is unique in that he's very, very competitive. He's great in the huddle. He loves to practice, loves to play, but he has a very short memory. He's obviously early on he'll make a mistake, and he just knows it's whether it's a practice or it's a game, it's 60 minutes, and you got a chance to win it on the big picture. So I don't think he has anything to prove. Where I know his brain is right now is he loves being here. He's excited about the guys we have around him, and the Jared Cook and Tavon Austin. He hit Tavon on a post route yesterday early, first play of team or second play of team, which was just a great deep throw. And so Nick is 100% committed to winning games for us, and I don't think he's going to look back.
I love Todd Gurley and what I saw on film when he was coming out in the draft. And you've had some big workhorse running backs. Eddie George, just had Steve
Steven Jackson.
Steven Jackson. And what did you learn? And I know you're trying to nurse this guy through the injury and get him healthy. What did you learn working with those other big guys that you're using to get Todd Gurley ready?
Well, the running back position makes everybody better. Makes quarterback better, makes the defense better, and so that's been kind of our philosophy. And we really looked at Todd hard, and we were just really hoping that he would be there. We're looking at the long-term future of this program, and so for us to be able to grab Todd at 1 and then go out and draft 4 offensive linemen implies that we're building. And so Todd is doing great right now. You're never going to hear anybody say that this particular player isn't ahead of schedule with respect to rehabbing an ACL, but Todd is, and he got some really good work yesterday, individual work, and got a little teamwork where the Cowboys knew that we couldn't bump him, and so he's doing great right now. And I've gone on record saying it's really unlikely that he's going to play in the preseason, just because that rehab period between 8 months and 10 months is really, really important, and he's right in the middle. So he's a very talented young man. He's got great strength and explosion. We already see that now. Understands our offense, protections, can catch, and so we're going to take our time. But again, it's the long-term future and the big picture that we're looking at.
I think it's 9 months and 5 days right now. So he's right at that point where you got to almost pull the reins back and say, don't go too hard. We're waiting on you. Jeff, I got to ask you about the crowd yesterday. I mean, I think Nick Foles said he had not received a standing ovation getting off the bus since high school. You knew there'd be a good crowd. That was an amazing crowd.
Yeah, we were told that to expect 7,000-8,000 people there, and that there were going to be a huge contingent of Ram fans out there. There's a great fan base out here, and they came out to watch us, and we expect again to see them today. I do want to point out that we talked to several other clubs about working together. And it just didn't work out. So logistically, this worked out. The Cowboys are gracious to share their facility. And so we got to make a lot of former Ram fans very happy yesterday.
Have you thought of, as a Southern California native, I mean, you're right down the street from home, basically. Have you thought of taking them back to Taft High School, where I think you and Ice Cube are the two most famous alums? Something like that?
No, I'm not going to drive them by there.
Did you jump into the Pepsi truck again?
That's right, yeah. I drove a Pepsi truck for 3 summers when I was at SC.
I bet. Does the team know that?
No, they don't know that.
Do they know that you went to the same?
They're going to probably see it on Twitter here in the next 20 minutes.
I mean, the same high school as Ice Cube. That's some cred in the locker room, isn't it?
Yeah, and I'll throw Robin Yount into that.
Robin Yount and Jordan Farmer.
And we had some good baseball players come out of there.
Kevin Kennedy. Who else?
So you're saying you're the most talented guy to come out of Taft?
No, not at all. I was just fortunate to come out of there.
Lisa Kudrow from Friends, but I doubt anyone in your locker room is old enough to remember Friends.
That's right.
And also, I mean, just you think about this guy, just a lot of talent always seems to surround him, and I think he's the most talented guy. Even the secondary that he played in at SC, that was a pretty good unit that you guys were all in as well. Yeah,
there was a Hall of Famer there, and there was.
And what about the other guys?
The other guys, I think Dennis Smith, Joey Browner deserve some recognition. So I was the fourth corner. Edie, you can appreciate this. I was the field corner. Those guys handled everything else, and they left me on that island.
There it is. It's lonely on that island, but someone has to do it.
That's right.
Fisher Island with his Rams here in Southern California, practicing yet again against the Cowboys. See you up there later, Jeff. Thanks for taking the time
guys.
today.
Enjoy it all. Thanks.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.